Hi there, and welcome to Let's Slow Down, a podcast for all of you who feel tired and stressed from this overwhelming world. Here we'll have fun, inspiring conversations about living life on our own terms and explore ways to ease the pace of our modern world, because life really is good when you're relaxed enough to be present for it. I'm your host, Anne-Marie Stolting, and I welcome you to this space where I hope to inspire you to slow down, because life is too short to let it go by in a blur. So take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Let's Slow Down podcast. We're in the middle of the podcast summer short series, where I share short episodes every other week. We'll resume regular interview style and longer shows in the fall. For now, it's time for slowing down, as much as it can be anyway. So it's the middle of July. How is your summer going so far? I was just talking to my good friend Ronnie this morning, and we both commented on how we just felt like summer was flying by. And I had to stop and remind myself we still have a good 6 weeks left, which is plenty of time. It's a lot of time, a lot of summer. For some reason, it always seems to just take a while to step out of the structured routine of the school year. Even if you don't have school-aged kids, there's just a different rhythm in these months with summer Fridays, less commuter traffic on the road. And I don't know, there's just an overall more relaxed vibe out there. And at this point in the season, I think we're just about getting used to it all. In my house, we just returned from a big family vacation. It was a lot of fun, but it was also kind of exhausting. I'm pretty much a homebody, and any trip with a lot of people usually wipes me out. I've definitely needed a couple days to kind of regroup from it all. So I decided to talk about giving ourselves permission to pause and savor some of the summer pleasures that we all love. What if this summer, instead of filling every moment, you left space to feel some of it? Just think about that. As we get started today, I'd like to invite all of you to take a deep breath and imagine a slower pace, whatever that looks like in your world. I want to give you permission to pause. You do not need to earn rest. We've talked about this on the show quite a bit. Slowing down is not laziness. You're not going to be behind. Summer is a natural season of rest in many cultures. Let it be soft. Just loosen up with everything. Some countries completely shut down. It happens pretty commonly in Europe. A lot of these countries experience some level of a summer shutdown, especially during the months of July and August. And this can range from just like official holidays to a widespread cultural tradition of taking time off. I find it all fascinating. So I was looking some things up, and I wanted to share a few examples of countries where you might encounter summer shutdowns. So Italy is known for their Ferragosto, probably not saying that right. It's a holiday on August 15th that traditionally marks a period of widespread closures, especially for smaller businesses and factories. And while it's technically one day, many Italians take extended vacations around this time. And the internet says it makes it challenging to schedule serious business before September. So Italy checks out for a couple of weeks in August, which I think is a fantastic idea. Spain, very similarly, observes the Feast of the Assumption on August 15th, and many employees take time off around this time. Some workplaces even close for the entire month. The Nordic countries often, they say employees are legally entitled to significant summer vacation time, with many taking extended breaks in July to enjoy the warmer weather and longer daylight hours after the long, cold winters. I had a friend, a podcasting friend actually, who lives in Finland, and she told me that they all go to these summer cottages. They're usually by water and they're very private. She said there's lots of trees. So these cottages, it really sounds to me like something from a fairy tale. There are these little cottages that are very simple. She said her family's recently got electricity and running water and things. It used to be so basic, but they have like lots of trees around them. So you don't really see your neighbors. You kind of just go and just Go with your family and reconnect and regroup and take it easy. And summer, can use that as a verb, they summer. And it's very common to do that for a month or two. So those are the Nordic countries. In France, they say that August is a very popular vacation month, and it's not unusual to find businesses closed, even in the touristy areas. They don't care, they take their vacations. Other Mediterranean countries, in particular Greece, they have very hot summers, and they also see businesses close for a couple of weeks, usually around that August 15th mark. So, my takeaway: pausing isn't falling behind. Taking a break in the summer isn't a bad idea if you can do it. It's an opportunity to reconnect with what matters. And if entire countries are doing it, we can too. So today, I just want to check in and be that friendly reminder that you might need to not fill up your days too much. Relax those routines a bit. It's okay. Catch up with some of the friends you haven't seen in a while, but be sure to preserve time for you too, so that you can come away from this summer feeling rested and rejuvenated. And if you live in a really hot climate, you know that the summer heat can feel so draining, and a little extra rest might be needed this time of year. Here in New Jersey, we've had some really hot, humid days lately. And I don't know, I just naturally like to do less and stay inside, at least during the peak heat hours when, we have a day like that. So honestly, I am reminding myself of this just as much as anyone. Pausing isn't just okay, it's 100% essential. We weren't designed to go full speed all the time. It's really easy to forget that in a world that never seems to slow down. So I'd like to share a few thoughts on embracing slowness without guilt during the summer. And the first, and one of my favorites, I talk about it often, is to enjoy a slow morning. This is like one of the most luxurious things in the world to me. It really is. And I'm proud of myself because I've been doing it. I get outside if the weather's nice, and I just start my day with a cup of coffee, my Bible reading, and a little quiet reflection. It's so simple, doesn't take real long, but it's so great. During the school year, I was on a much tighter schedule, so this feels very relaxed. I don't have to check my watch a million times and worry about being late. And unfortunately, if you are still on a tight work schedule, I'm sorry, but maybe set aside weekends to enjoy this amazingly peaceful start to your day. You'll love it, I promise. May even be worth setting that alarm just a few minutes earlier so that you can take the time to do this. I also want to recommend considering the idea of savoring. Savoring is a mindful, intentional way of living. And we can't do it all the time, I know, but we often think of it in relation to food. But we can apply it to many other things that we're doing: gathering with family or friends, going for a walk, cozying up with a good book, or just really being in the moment, whatever moment you're in now. Slowing down helps you to actually notice what's around you and what brings you joy. And, a lot of these things are happening, whether you take the time to notice them or not. So why not savor all the good? We all have so much good in our worlds. So it got me thinking of a few simple summer pleasures that I like to savor. And 5 I want to share with you are bare feet in the grass. It's very grounding. There's like scientific research to prove that this is good for you and calming and relaxing. I also love that smell of fresh cut grass. It just reminds me of my grandfather. I feel like I was over my grandparents a lot and he'd be cutting the lawn, and just that smell of fresh cut grass to me is just a smell of summer. Also, the scent of sunscreen and salty air. It takes you back to being a kid, doesn't it? A cold, thirst quenching drink on a hot day. The sound of cicadas and crickets at dusk. And in the morning, those birds happily chirping away. I always wonder what they're saying to each other. They're just going a mile a minute in the morning. And reading with the windows open, especially at night. There's nothing like a warm breeze and all those summer nature sounds coming through as you're getting ready for bed. So maybe you take a minute and think about some of the simple pleasures that you want to savor this summer while you still have them. Oh, and I just thought of another one: going for walks at night and watching the lightning bugs. That's always fun. It's another one that takes me back to being a kid. So maybe this summer we shift from doing more to feeling more, noticing more. savoring and stepping into where we are at this very moment. Consider asking yourself, what would this moment feel like if I slowed down by 10%? That's all, just a little bit. How would that change things for you? How could that make them better, more enjoyable, more relaxing, more peaceful? So today, as I close this short episode, I have a gentle challenge for you. Choose one thing right now to do a little bit slower today. One pleasure to truly savor. Let yourself pause, even if it's just for a breath. It's a great start. So I'm wishing you all a perfectly slow, simple summer day so that you can enjoy all it has to offer. And I'll see you back here in 2 weeks.
Thank you for joining me for this episode of our summer short series. I hope you can slow down enough this season to enjoy a summer full of simplicity and ease.